there's been some shifting. Orlando, we know, came out of the gates super red hot. They've cooled off a little bit. They're not even in the playoff picture at the moment. And I think a lot of that is just due to the fact that Markel Fultz is hurt, and they were able to stay afloat for a minute with Cole Anthony, but now he's a rookie and he's learning the ropes, so he's kind of fallen off, and the rest of the team is feeling that as well. Boston and Milwaukee, completely conversely of Orlando, they both got out of the gates pretty slow, and they're both starting to get their wheels back under them. Atlanta also slow out of the gates. They're back in it.
They finally got their full team back.
Yeah. They dropped a lot of money in the offseason on their new players, and finally they're all healthy. And Cleveland, they disappointed me when we recorded our last episode. I was all ready to ride high on that bandwagon, and then they just fell off the face of the earth. But now they're back in seventh, and that Garland's back, and they'll at least gonna try. At least gonna try to hang around. And maybe we're just the kiss of death, and every time I talk up someone's praises, they just tank.
So let me ask you a question about Cleveland. Cleveland has been rumored they're gonna buy out Andre Drummond. Did you hear this?
I don't know if I would agree with that. I mean, was he? Why is that?
I thought they were doing so well. Why y'all want to buy him out?
Yeah, and he was playing well. It was a big reason why I got high on them right at the start, because he was becoming this interior presence defensively and rebounding that they really needed. And that's kind of a nice anchor for the point guard, the double point guards to play off of and just kind of do their thing and not really worry about too much else. So that would very much surprise me if that happened, because I think he's done a good job for them. And, I mean, why would they buy him out before Kevin Love?
Yeah, I don't get that either. Maybe they feel
Kevin Love probably
they
makes
feel like
more
could
money.
trade him. That too.
Yeah.
Or they think Kevin Love's probably more valuable than Andre Drummond in today's league.
Maybe, yeah, 3-point shot, more of a veteran leader. That could also be accurate. And who's in 8th place right now? We were all down on our Bockers, and they're back in it. They're back in it, and mind you, the Nets are climbing their way back to second right now. We could wind up having that battle for New York first round matchup after all.
Yeah, we could.
I despite a little bit of bias there, I still think the main story right now is the Sixers playing as well as they are, just despite the fact that they're not exactly the best shooting team in the league. But they could really lock up their opponent. That may or may not be. That may or may not be an effective Doc Rivers. And Joel Embiid is playing out of his mind. The Nets, they get the beard, and it's like 2012 all over again. Like Harden and Kevin Durant, it's like they never had 7 years off in between playing together.
Yeah,
I think that's. I think that's. It's going to come down to the two of them, and as far as at the top of the East, playoffs are a whole other animal. We'll certainly tackle that in another couple months, but they at least in the early going, that's kind of how it's shaping up a little bit. And as long as Philly can figure out who's going to take their jump shots, I don't think. I think they're going to be quite the obstacle for these new look Nets to try and get by. Because we all know absolutely. the Nets are all in right now. They trade all those draft picks. You really need a championship.
Yeah, they were in that rumor that I heard about Andre Drummond. They were like the first suitors for him to get Andre Drummond
to go to.
And I'm like
the Nets
to Brooklyn.
Yeah. And
I mean that would be big for them.
That would be big. They need a big body inside. They certainly need to work on their defense. And Andre Drummond, he don't need to do anything on that team.
He doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah,
Just be there.
Just be a body. Don't let anybody get to the basket, or at least get to the basket very easily. And
be a lob threat.
Just be a body. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? I mean, granted, DeAndre can run as well, but I meant like all those bigs on the Nets that can run and finish transitions.